As an action coach, the things that you're going to do and sell are really straightforward. First and foremost, we are a business education firm backed by coaching. And so what you'll be doing is, first and foremost, running a business. That's the first thing you'll be doing. Second thing is, what will you be selling? You and your team are going to be selling a lot of business education products and services and trainings and teachings. And then for those that are ready for it, you'll be enrolling them into coaching. So whether it be our online education, whether it be 12-week programs, whether it be workshops, seminars, 2-day events, conferences, there's a host of educational resources and teachings that we do. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is coaching, whether that be in groups, whether that be one-to-one, whether that be in teams. We are a business education firm backed by coaching. And so those are the two primary things that you'll be selling. Buying an Action Coach franchise is not something you do on your own. So should you be doing this on your own or doing it with a team? Absolutely, you're going to be hiring a team. That's what a business is, right? Our definition of a business is a commercial, profitable enterprise that works without you. And so if you're looking to do this on your own, you're just buying a job. Getting into Action Coach is about building a firm, and that requires you to do less of the work and hiring people to do it for you, so that way you can have a commercial, profitable enterprise that will eventually work without you. When it comes to the initial training you'll get and then ongoing training, first and foremost, there is pre-work that is done before you go through induction training. Then you have 10 whole days dedicated just towards becoming a firm owner in Action Coach and how to be successful at it. Then there's 5 days for you and or every coach that you hire on how to get certified as coaches. And then beyond that, not even counting the conferences that Action Coach puts on regionally and globally, there are 2 years of online education. You have all these different master classes that Brad to this day still teaches that you become a part of. And the more that you dive into the education, the more successful you're going to be. I can tell you for myself, that's exactly what happened. The more I've full-fledged, feet first into all the different trainings every single year, not just when I started, every single year, an additional, up to 15 days a year, maybe even beyond that. And then you add the conferences on top of that, you're probably looking at probably a solid month worth of additional education that Action Coach gives us every single year for us to be better at what we do, more successful at what we do, and then ultimately for our teams to build our businesses in a successful manner. How will you get results with clients? Well, if you're coaching, that's probably a problem. So the better question for you should be asking is, how do I make sure my team is getting results for our clients? I'll tell you, I have a doctorate in business, and even at the doctoral level, I don't use any of that stuff because they don't teach you how to build a business. Our team, and myself included, we use the system. It's been proven over 30 plus years now, over 280,000 clients globally. And how we get as a firm results for our clients is simply using the system. It's a structured methodology that's guaranteed to get results. Statistically, it takes a business owner about 10 years to get a business that can run without them. In Action Coach, we literally cut that in half. It cuts down to about 3 to 5 years for a business to run without the owner when they're following our system. So not only does it get them results, but it actually gets them results in half the time that they ever try to do it on their own. So yeah, the simple answer is follow the system. That's how we get results. Is this proven? Simple answer is absolutely. When we look at Action Coach across 30 years and the 280,000 businesses that we've coached globally, the system works. What's really cool is then you look at the people within Action Coach that then use the same system for their own businesses, and they're crazy successful as well. It's kind of cool when you're like, yeah, not only do we have the single best business education and coaching system on this planet, you get to use that with your clients, you also get to use it for yourself. And I can tell you for our firm, the more we stick to using the system ourselves, the more successful we are. What type of businesses does business coaching help? The simple answer is all of them. Businesses have the same kind of 6 pillars across any industry. Every one of us has marketing, sales, operations, team, finance, and our mindset. And so what's cool about business coaching is we're not here to tell you how to be the experts in your industry. That's your job. You already know that. We're here as the experts in how to build business, and that's kind of how we come together. So that's how we literally across 80 plus countries work with businesses in pretty much every single industry out there, because we're the experts in building business, regardless of industry. How you grow in coaching? Well, I can start with mindset, who you're becoming. Before I have 3 kids. Before I had kids, I was a very different individual. All of a sudden, I had my first son, and I had to instantly shift. I had to become a different person to be a dad. And now I'm a dad of 3, and the dad I am at 3, and the energy I need to be able to be a dad of 3 is very different than before I ever had kids at all. And it's the same goes with business. The larger your business grows, the more you must become. The more your energy has to be able to handle the size of business that you're creating, and then ultimately managing and those type of things. And so through coaching, we start with you first and who you're becoming. Then we focus on your business and the money side and where you're investing and all those kind of things. I haven't met a single person who is the same person when they end coaching versus when they start, because coaching's a journey, right? Just like business ownership's a journey. There's not really an end to it. It's just a matter of your business starts to work without you, and then coaching takes over with the next people that you've hired to run the business for you. And now we get to grow them as human beings, and they get to grow it to the next level of business. Our CARE philosophy, what is it? It's an acronym: community, accountability, results, and education. You see, business ownership is the second loneliest job in the world statistically. And, when you are trying to build a business and you look at that and you're like, yeah, I feel like I'm doing this alone. You don't really you can't go to your team, right? You can't share with them the frustrations. You can't go to your accountant. As it's been said, you try to, like most people, try to hide things from their accountant and those type of things. You're not going to go to your attorney, your business attorney to share things. You need to do this alongside of other entrepreneurs and other peers. And so community is extremely important to know that you're not in this alone, and you're not the only one going through those challenges. Accountability is required, right? Because then it's about going, most of us, we stopped working 40 hours for somebody else so we could go work 80 hours for ourselves type thing. And we got out of it because, we didn't want accountability, and yet we need it. And so accountability then produces the results that you're looking for in your business. And along the way, one of the biggest things that we've seen is most entrepreneurs need true business ownership education. So we focus in on community, education. Those are kind of like the end pillars, and the middle two are the accountability and results. And through these 4 things, we're able to build community and build an amazing set of business owners locally and across the country, across the world, through these communities, through the education, and then coaching provides that level of accountability and results for you to get in your business, which is extremely important for success. What are our 12-week programs, and why do we start with those? Well, 12-week programs are educational based, and they all have a singular focus, like management. Our 12-week management course is going to be focused on you leave that 12 weeks with a management process to put in place and an increase in skill set and knowledge as a manager. Our 12-week sales course, same thing. It's scripting and processes to increase conversion rate in sales. And then we have our 12-week Action Club course, which is 12 weeks on the fundamental foundational knowledge that you need to create a great business in the future. And so we start with 12 weeks to get you the education required. So that way we all start at the same level, right? It's kind of like if you were going to go binge watch something on Netflix, you wouldn't start on season 3, episode 4. You'd start with season 1, episode 1. And so we're going to start you with making sure that we have the right foundational elements in place in your business. Because once we have the foundation set, now we can focus on growing it and scaling it. If we don't have the foundation set, then we could work on scaling it, but it's probably going to crumble because we didn't set that strong foundation. So that's why we start with these 12-week programs. We're going to get you and your business a strong foundation to build off of, so that way as we coach you and scaling, we can properly scale the business. How do you get started? Easiest thing is just raise your hand. It's about reaching out, whether it be through one of our resources that we give away on the website, whether it be through one of our complimentary seminars that we give each month. All you got to do is raise a hand and say, this is something I think I'm interested in. I need some additional resources or education. Best 2 places to start. We'll give you a bunch of value. That way you can start using it. And then we'll invite you to a complimentary session after that. And from there, we'll be able to diagnose kind of where the business is at today, where you're looking to go. There's a gap between these 2 things. And the strategies will then be able to outline for you to guide you along the way. And then at that point, you'll be able to look and say, yeah, this is exactly what I need. It's time to accelerate my growth. We're going to start with education. We're going to add in coaching to get that accountability and the results that you're looking for. And within 3 to 5 years, your business is in a very different spot than it's at today. To get started, all you got to do is let us know. Raise your hand and say, I'm interested, or just go to our website and download some of our resources, and we'll know you're interested that way.